I was in Central Park singing with my guitar, and this girl keeps on staring at me, looking at me, staring. And then finally she steps on my foot with her naked toe. And I guess she had some clogs or something. Maybe she wasn't wearing anything on her feet. And she's like going like this on my foot. She says, "What do I have to do? Throw you in the grass and rape you?" I said, "No, you have to wait till I finish my fucking song now." And there's a couple of people hanging around, including this guy who was kind of like a midget. So it's a short guy, gnomey looking, like a gnome, an elf or something. And for some reason I thought that they were friends. And we started walking uptown through Central Park. Then after I finished singing, and me and the girl and this guy was tagging along. And he's tagging along, I'm figuring, that he is a friend of hers. So not to be rude, I invited her to my apartment, and he was with us, so I invited him too. So we go up there and we start making out on 93rd Street and West End Avenue. And this little guy, while me and her are making out, he comes over and starts sucking on her toes, which kind of first surprised her, then started freaking her out, and I could tell she was getting uncomfortable with it. And I pulled her to the side and I said, "I'm sorry." I said, "But I didn't want to be rude, so I figured he's with you. I invited him up." She goes, "With me? He's not with me. I don't even know him." She says, "I thought he was your friend." I says, "No, he's not my friend. I don't know him either." So who is this guy? He's some guy that kind of latched onto us in Central Park, and he ended up coming up. So I eventually, she says, "I can't handle this." She says, "You want to come back to my apartment with me?" And I says, "All right." So we excused ourselves from this midget person, and I took a cab with her, and we went. And she lived in Leaf Rack City, and we fooled around all night long, and it was great. She told me that she sometimes is bisexual. So I says, "What does that mean? You fool around with women once in a while." She says, "Yeah." And we had a great night, like all-night sex and stuff. And the next morning, she says, "I got to go to work." I said, "My friend is picking me up if you want to get dropped off back in the city." So I says, "Yeah, that'd be great, because I got to get to the city. I got back home to my apartment on 93rd Street. So after a little while, she says, "This guy that's coming to pick us up, he's gay." She says, she says, "Want to have some fun?" She says, "Like, make believe you're gay. See what he does, I said, "You want me to make believe I'm gay to see what he does?" She says, "Just to tease him, fool around." All right. So the guy comes and picks us up, and we go down to the car, and she introduces me, and I wasn't like, she thought I was going to be as flamboyantly gayish, but I was very subtle. I did like, "Hello." And the guy's getting turned on, obviously, by me as a guy. But I was playing it. And she's looking at me like, so that by the time she got dropped off, she swore that me and this guy were going and doing something, like that I was definitely gay or bisexual. And she says, what happened? And she called me up. I said, "What do you mean? What happened? Do I have to tell you what happened? What do you mean? What do you want to know?" She says, "Do you fooled around with him, right?" She says, "Are you gay?" I says, "How could you say that? I was with you all night last night for 8 hours." She says, "Yeah, but..." I says, "No, he just dropped me off, But I let her think about it for a while, like I was teasing her. On the next date, I took her to Arthur's, which was owned by Richard Burton's wife, discotheque, fancy schmancy, uptown. She was wearing this really sexy kind of crocheted black dress. She looked really good. I was dancing with her. And after a couple of dances, I noticed there's some celebrities in the house, and Lauren Hutton comes over and asks me to dance, which I always had a crush on her, the little space she has between her teeth. I says, "Oh, yeah, sure," I looked at the girl I was with, Just those days, like, kind of anything goes. So I danced with Lauren Hutton. But before dancing with her, like Liza Minnelli, who was there, also comes over and says, "Oh, can I have the next dance?" And I'm sorry. I said, "Sorry, Lauren has the next one." So I turned Liza Minnelli down. I didn't think she was nearly as attractive to me, anyway, as Lauren Hutton was. I danced with Lauren Hutton, and this girl I took is like, "Hello, remember me?" She was a little, but I just danced with Lauren Hutton, and I started hanging out with the girl I had come with again, and took her home. Her name was Terry Dash. She owned a travel agency.